Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. In this video today, guys, we're going to be diving back down into the charts for Cardano's ADA. We saw some pretty interesting numbers were achieved yesterday, so I want to kind of give you an update on what I expect to happen next. As we get into this, if you find it useful and informative, hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. If you happen to be new to the channel, then do go ahead and subscribe. Tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so, you are going to be kept up to date with all the videos that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. In the description down below, you'll find links to our Discord server. Why not go ahead and check it out? It's completely free. It's a fantastic community and we are chatting crypto 24/7. In the description below as well, you'll find our Patreon service. If you're looking for a little bit more from the crypto space, exit strategies, accumulations, bear markets, all that kind of good stuff, whale alerts, many more, check out the Patreon service. And yeah, we'd love to have you on our private side of things as well. So guys, with all that said, done and out of the way, let's actually jump on down into the desktop and take a look at what is going on here with Cardano. Okay guys, so we're going to start things off really on this hourly chart, right? I want to talk about this this move that we've seen recently and why it's a pretty important one. Okay, so obviously as after yesterday's video in terms of Cardano, we obviously targeted out this area just here. This is $1.50. We overwicked that a little bit and I'm going to show you what exactly happened there in a moment. As we actually went up a little bit higher towards 155, and I'll show you why. Overall, we have a big A wave up here, okay, as indicated yesterday, a B wave coming down, and a C wave going up, okay? We can see that we overextended on that C wave. Now, what we really needed to see here was this C wave continuing to run up nicely. Okay, so we've had 5 waves inside here, but we really want to see this C wave go a little bit higher, and I'll go through why I want that to happen in a moment. So the first thing I want to do is I want to kind of show you, what's been going on with these 5 waves. Okay, so obviously they had 5 waves over here. Okay, that's an impulsive move to the upside. We had our ABC correction move down here. Okay, that's fine. That's our B wave. And something you would expect. So we have 5 waves and then 3 waves. And then we obviously have 5 waves over here as well. Now, this 5-wave impulsive move, okay, so we measure the distance of wave 1 here. Wave 3 went impulsive beyond the 1.382 expectation, okay. And then we had the 4th wave pullback here, which was quite shallow. And then obviously yesterday, we went quite nicely to the upside. So, and what I really want to kind of do is actually highlight to you guys what's going on with this move here. Now, I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you get a better view over what is going on here. But I've just measured the distance of our 4th wave just here. Let me grab that, just put it on there. And you can see what's happened is we've actually gone right the way up past the 1.618, which would have been the most probable area, past the 2.618, although we did get rejected from this area and we had to pull back. We surged up again, okay, coming up into the full 4.236, and we started to pull back. Now, when we take a look at this, I think it's really important to actually acknowledge a couple of things. One, we're correcting very rapidly to the downside here on the stochastic RSI. Okay, one is obviously this is actually only currently 4 waves, and therefore I'm expecting us to go actually a little bit higher before we see a major correction. And this is what is really important about the ABC move as well. Okay, so if I come back down into our 3rd wave just here, we can acknowledge that there are in fact 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves to the upside in there. Okay, then we have our corrective action, and I'm sure there's actually probably 5 waves inside this wave 1 on a slightly smaller time frame as well. So you can see there's a couple of interesting wicks in here. At the moment on the hourly, this actually looks like an ABC, which can happen sometimes in crypto. They're not exactly following the standard rules that you might expect to see, i.e. it should be a 5-3-5-3-5, right? But this could potentially be lining up for a pretty interesting move to the upside here with another additional wave. Now with that, so what I mean, if I actually show you, we have wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4. Now wave 4 cannot cross wave 1, so we're monitoring that situation. It's okay at the moment. And then a potential for a wave 5, okay? That basically meaning that we actually go up a little bit higher with our 5th wave here. Now, I'm going to just quickly delete that. Why I think this is important. Okay, so obviously we have 5 waves on our A wave here. We have 3 waves on our B wave and 5 waves at the moment, very clear to see, with our C wave. Now, when we actually take our measurement of our A wave just up here, and we take that whole thing and we move it over to the low areas of our B wave. And what we're looking for is we're looking for going past 163 with our C wave here. Okay, so we're looking for another leg up within our fifth wave, or within this C wave move specifically, and that allows us to then acknowledge that actually this is not an ABC, but in fact an impulsive move to the upside. Okay, so that's kind of the thing that we're looking for. It's too soon to say whether or not that's going to happen, but it is looking pretty good for corrective action that's occurring right now on that stochastic to allow us to continue this growth within that C wave there. So 163.1 is our target to make that impulsive, and then we'd look for a slightly deeper kind of B wave like we had previously down here, or a fourth wave I should say, like we had over this side, and then obviously from there we're in another surge to the upside that could take us right back up into those really good areas that we had been experiencing previously. Obviously Sunday swap and everything else kind of going live is helping to kind of aid this move, so we've got another few days before that happens, so we're hoping to kind of capitalize in on this a little bit more, get this impulsive, see kind of the sell the news event where we actually might have that fourth wave pullback and then a surge to the upside again and be another fifth wave, five wave move, completing the overall picture. Okay, which would effectively would be a 5 3 5 3 5. Okay, so that's the kind of wave count that you would normally expect to see, specifically when we talk about traditional finance and things like that. So it's actually lining up quite nicely at the moment. So as long as this kind of continues, a little bit of a pullback here, wipe out that stochastic, continue growth, looking pretty good for continuation here. Now, obviously, as we come up into our daily, we can see that we are overbought, right? So this will be that fourth wave that we'll be looking for, potentially. So we have the ABC. If this turns impulsive, i.e. we go higher than 163, then ultimately what we'll look for is a pullback not too dissimilar to what we had here previously. This would have been a few days ago, around mid-January or so, and if I actually go ahead and grab hold of my price movement, we can see that that particular pullback, we had actually achieved a 9% pullback, or pretty much a 10% pullback. As long as we don't cross this wave here, we should be okay. So ultimately what we're really looking for is this wave 1, wave 2, a wave 3 up, a wave 4 coming down, probably retesting some key areas that we have been in before, and then surging up again in that fifth wave, right? So we have that impulsive move overall, and that'll be a really good way to kind of buck the trend of what's been happening recently. Okay, so again, that's kind of what we're looking for. Too soon to say for sure what is going to happen, but it is looking quite encouraging that on our hourly chart right now, we are correcting that stochastic quite nicely without doing too much damage to the price. If we actually take a look at our price movement so far, it's a 3.9% pullback, which is very, very healthy, but we've actually taken out a significant chunk of that stochastic RSI, i.e. There's not many sellers actually willing to sell right now. There's probably a little bit of active trading going on, but that seems to be pretty much about it. If we throw the volumes in here, you can see how the volumes are kind of, they grew up as we started to push the price up, and as the price pulls back, the volumes are decreasing. So right now we're going to be in that kind of interesting kind of phase to see how deep this goes back. I don't think we have to watch out for. We don't want to pull back any lower than 149.5. Okay, if we go down lower than 149.5, I'll actually mark that up with a horizontal ray, then it is invalidated. We should be looking for more downside action. Okay, so we want to be monitoring that. Here we can obviously see that this is potentially an ABC correction move just on this hourly chart here. There's an A pushing up maybe with our B, and then a slight pullback and potentially coming in here as well. So again, we want to make sure that we don't go down too low, that it invalidates this this potential impulsive move up. So we want to watch out for that. But ultimately, right now, this is actually looking pretty interesting and pretty strong ground here for Cardano as it continues to correct that stochastic RSI. But do be mindful if we do lose that support level here, we should then be very mindful that a deeper correction potentially is due. And if we take a look at the most probable area for that, bearing in mind that the current push to the upside is there, it would basically mean 147 is the most probable. So lose that area, it becomes an ABC correction to the downside, not impulsive to the upside. And what we'll be looking for here would be an A, a B and then a deeper C wave coming down to about 147.7. That would be the most probable area for that to kind of land. So that's one possibility. It's not what we want. Ideally, what we want is a double bottom to create a bit of a bull flag, and then we continue, you know, back to the upside, maybe with some extra additional waves, etc. Okay, so but ultimately wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a fifth wave taking us up into that impulsive area. So that would be really, really good for Cardano. I think it would be very much a welcome sign for many who are invested in the space. So of course, once we get to the top of this wave count, we should be expecting a slightly deeper pullback. And again, you know, a lot of these kind of gains that we have seen will potentially be wiped out by people who are actively selling and trading again when that time comes. But for now, do enjoy that push to the upside, and make sure you don't, left with a bag you're not intending to hold or anything like that. Do make sure that you take proper risk management, etc. Now, obviously, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not offering you financial advice, but do be prepared. Once you have good moves like this, there is going to be a correction. You cannot move consistently in one direction. You do need to have corrective action, but right now we're looking pretty good for continuation to the upside, but we just want to make sure that we don't lose that $1.49.5 support line. If we do lose that, do expect us to pull back a tad further before then moving back up to the upside. But overall, we are looking for a bit of a top for this move, and then a deeper ABC correction to happen on our daily chart. And again, you know, we'll be looking for probably a decent amount of correction, 10, maybe even a bit more percent, just to see how that kind of plays out. Too soon to really call it, but we'll be watching to make sure that we are aware of everything that is likely to happen next here for Cardano. So guys, hopefully you have found this video useful and informative. If you have, hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. If you happen to be new to the channel, then do go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so, you will be kept up to date with absolutely every video that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. With that said, done, and out of the way, I hope everyone has a fantastic day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.